Welcome to Point Blank, the show where we suss out hot topics and burning issues.
I'm Lynn. In RazorTV's living room tonight is Miss Adelina Pang, a renowned geomancer or Feng Shui consultant, and Dora Hon. She's the Chief Executive Officer of Health and Wellness
Best Way International.
Dora is a firm believer of Feng Shui.
We have girl power tonight on the show. Okay, I'm Ting, and you've guessed it, we are sifting through the energy from the ground and chatting about Feng Shui today.
More people are leveraging on the flow of energy or qi with the ancient art of Feng Shui. So today,
Point Blank will
explore this topic.
Yes. But before we start, RazorTV takes you on the Singapore Flyer, which changed the direction of its rotation in July this year. And that change was Feng Shui motivated. Let's check it out. Hi, I'm Ting. I'm on the Singapore Flyer now, and I'm overlooking the very beautiful Singapore skyline. However, what I'm getting now is very different from the first 1 million customers on the Singapore Flyer. I have Ms. Patsy Ong with us, who is the Managing Director of Marketing, am I right?
Yes.
Yes, who's going to talk to us about the rotation, why do we change the rotation of the Singapore Flyer. And at the same time, I have with me Master Vincent Koh, who's going to talk to us about the Feng Shui aspect of that. What's the reason for changing the rotation?
I think the change of direction is because, previously it's still, the view is still very nice, but it's just that when we look at that and based on also feedback, I think this change of direction right now tells a much better story. It allows us, starting from the east, to tell where Singapore Flyer is or where Singapore is, and also it shows the most scenic part of Singapore, where we can start with also how the Singaporeans live and how it's overlooking where you could, further where you could see the airport and also Johor Bahru. And as it comes up, at the apex, everyone will be excited then again. But the most important change here is that as you come down, you actually see the Singapore skyline as in, you see the financial center. According to this Feng Shui masters, to them is that the sun, the moon, the planets actually rise, from the east and set in the sun and set in the west, and we are actually turning the wheel against the law of nature. It should be clockwise. And another, reason to it is that. This is where the Singapore river mouth is, and this is where you collect the tea. And as such, it should be again collecting it and plowing it back to Singapore, where the business financial center is. Whereas previously it was like, you're taking the chi from the business financial center and throwing it away. So, we have to make sure that Singapore Flyer is not just good for, Singapore Flyer, but it has got to be good for Singapore as well.
Building all the structure like the Singapore Flyer, I think more important is it must be in harmony with the environment. And here I can see that it is very strategically very well positioned. In Feng Shui, normally we would like to have a water in front and a mountain support behind. Now you look at this angle here, you can see that the Singapore Flyer is facing the Singapore river mouth, And interestingly, you look at the split here, right? The water is embracing both on the right and the left of the Singapore Flyer, and we call this, in Chinese we call it Yung Qing Sui, maybe we call it a passionate water embracement. Now that they have reversed the so-called this rotation here, it is also very harmonious with the universal energy. And I believe that if you ever have a chance, even for yourself, bring your boyfriend here. I can assure you, it can help you to enhance your relationship with your partners.
I'll definitely consider that. So, should I bring my boyfriend up to the Flyer?
Oh, definitely. It's really a romantic. Depending on what time you go up, especially during the sunset time, it really brings in the mood. You see, so I must agree. What was told up there earlier on, how the water is like. We should bring in the flow of the qi and not like throwing it back out, you see.
Okay, so you think the change in the rotation is a good thing?
Yeah.
It's a good decision?
Yes.
Okay. But actually we heard from some other Feng Shui masters that even the Flyer there is a wrong decision, and it's actually cutting into the CBD area now. What do you think?
I don't see it as that. How would you say that it's cutting into the CBD area? I really don't have a point like that, you know.
Okay.
So I don't agree.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I think what the previous lady that we spoke with,
Yes.
she was saying that if it's in this direction, it's pointing towards one area, but if you rotate it, it's pointing to the other area, so that's bad as well.
People, it's actually your mindset, actually. You know, like what was said earlier on. I agree that qi should be brought back into the premise. Like just like when we open a door into a premise, we like to open the door, pushing the door into the premise, and not outwardly. You know, preferably. You see, because you want to bring qi in. Okay, so it is important that qi should be circulated in and not
Thrown out.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it is a good decision, and like what she said, it makes a good story. It tells a good story. So, have you consulted? I'm sure a lot of businesses, businessmen, women have come to you for advice.
Yes, yes.
How do you think it has
No,
affected? You know?
Truly, true feng shui is really about it's geographic. It's about the energy structure, the energy of the premise. Okay, basically, it's being at the right location at the right time. There's no premise that's forever good or forever bad. We have to observe the timeliness of the qi. Okay, you cannot say that buildings that have been built, you know, a few hundred years ago, it's back stagnant qi because you know it was built back then. Because it's really at the point of time when the occupant comes in. Okay, that brings in the qi. You know, a lot of people, there was a big hoo-ha in 04 because people hear that, hey, there's this big transitional change, the 20-year cycle, that it's a new change of qi. And a lot of people think, oh dear, I bought my house before 2004, so the luck of my house expired. They really need to go and buy another house and, you know, have a brand new qi, that kind of stuff. Or they hear things like they have to reborn the qi of the house. It's not that easy to reborn the qi of the house.
So, Dora, you have used Feng Shui for your business.
Yes.
Do you agree with what Adelina has said, and have you felt the benefits of Feng Shui?
Because so far I have a very good experience from this master, Feng Shui master. That is about 10 years ago. My office, this master Feng Shui asked us to chain the door because there's two entry, but they said that this must close and using this door. Then someone said that after you chain the door, and after 2 months you can see your business, will have some good news, good progression. But it's true enough. After 2 months, really the business, picking up, Then from there onward, all my officers, whether in Singapore or even overseas, so I also get this master to give advice. First of all, that before I rent the place, so he advised me, hey, this is good location, Then, okay, after that, even renovation plan, I will also leave it to him to tell me that everywhere must have a cashier, must sit there, important person must sit there.
Yes.
So far, so good, all my 12 officers, and also even in the region, we have a lot of lifestyle center opened by our distributor, also get advice from him. And we'll say that we are doing well for them. Well, that's why I have this good experience. That's why I believe in that. But because I'm a free thinker, normally I don't relate Feng Shui, equal to religion. No.
Okay.
But maybe certain Feng Shui, yes, but that is not the one that I believe. I really believe that those have a good scientific reason. Just like what she say that actually Feng Shui is energy. It's something like, you see Feng Shui in Chinese say wind and water. It's something to do that your house below, is there any underground water? And the wind, just like energy. Wind is energy, something to do your door, your window, your building structure.
Circulation of qi.
The circulation of
Okay.
qi.
Yeah. You're quite open about doing Feng Shui for your business, but I think a lot of businesses don't like to talk about the fact that they used it.
They, some they just like keep it a hush hush, or
But why,
when you take
you
on
know?
a project, sometimes they ask you to sign a non-disclosure. They don't want competitors to think that, hey, is there something wrong with the business? That's why they're seeking this kind of thing. It's not. It's just that they want to have a peace of mind. They get everything in place and they can move on. You see, really, truly, Feng Shui is the 2 key things in Feng Shui. Authentic Feng Shui is location and direction.
That's true.
It's really not about placements of good luck items.
Yeah,
That's
right.
only psychological.
Right.
And in the end, you may have people who buy piles of so-called good luck charms, and they just put it around the
What,
house.
crystal or whatever,
It
ruby or kind of thing, right?
temporarily make you feel psychologically more positive,
Yeah,
but
right.
it's really not
Or this
helping
don't
anything.
work.
Now, if the alignment of the door is not bringing the right chi, or is in the wrong location of a premise, see, now when we look out for a premise for our customer, like Dora had said earlier on, before they take on a site, we would go on to do a site inspection first, whether it's suitable or not. It could be a row of houses, shop houses or units. They may be of the same facing, but why do I have to specify, okay, you need to get a unit, the door must open on the left, right or center, because the location of the door is activating different chi again. Okay. See, so it really makes a difference. And it's not necessarily true that, hey, always you must have water in the front and mountain at the back, then it's good feng shui. It all, again, depends on the energy structure of the premise.
Okay, what if the location is really bad, but we need that location? What do you guys do then?
Okay, it's really orientation. Like, sometimes the buildings are built up. I cannot say, hey, tear down the whole building and rebuild again.
Exactly.
No, we just have to realign the door. Why the door is so important? Like in any businesses, position of door is important because it's the entry point of chi, okay, that determines the so-called luck, how well this building is going to do. Like this I won't mention, you will guess, okay, there's this mega entertainment hub in Singapore. You guess which is the biggest mega hub in Singapore. Okay, that is done by me. So if the next time you happen to go there and you see, especially when it's like restoration buildings, we can't touch it. We will build doors within doors to realign the chi and do the best, make the best out of it.
Is there like a certain direction that the door must face?
There's no such thing as a fixed position. Like, some people, they buy house, they say always must buy south or buy north. Not necessarily true, because every premise would have a good energy, where the good chi are. We just have to identify where they are.
How do you do that? How do you identify?
It's based on the orientation. There are formulas to do it.
I see.
And of course, Feng Shui is very personalized. We need your date of birth. Okay, different homeowners, would react differently to it. You see, as in a home, positioning of the main door very important. The stove, because it affects your well-being. Okay, and so-called the financial position of the breadwinner. Okay, and the bedrooms is very important because you spend so many hours in bed. You need to be sleeping in tune with your own beneficial chi.
So Dora, you were saying,
what I believe in that
your
is
door
that,
direction.
Not only the door direction, let's say your sitting direction, or even your sleeping direction. Just imagine that. Let's say we take MRT. When the MRT move toward this direction, and you're sitting toward the direction, you feel okay. Let's say if you're sitting opposite, then you feel a bit
giddy. That's right.
It's the same. It's the same logic in that way. You see, our group turn from west to east. Let's say you're sitting or sleeping to the west. Of course, you have feeling like just you're taking the opposite position of MRT or train. It's the same thing. So normally that try to sit or try to sleep not on the west, not toward the west side. Any other side should be okay. That one I agree. That I quite agree. Yeah.
Okay.
That's quite,
is this feng shui?
You see, some time back, Straits Times actually interviewed me. Say, hey, some people they shun the houses facing the west because Hyong Sai Tin, like going up to heaven, so they say cannot choose a house facing the west. But logically speaking, because when you have a house facing the west, you have the sun. The setting sun will be very hot. It will be very uncomfortable.
Yes. Okay.
You see, now some people they say, okay, I don't want a house facing northeast because they term northeast as the Guimen Guan. There's a term to it, but really it's not. Okay, feng shui originated in China. Okay, now in China, where is the northeast? Northeast is the Siberian deserts. That's the strongest wind. So you don't want sand to be blowing into your home. It's only logical. But in Singapore, there's no Siberian desert, so you only find that northeast, southwest houses, it's very windy and it's actually very comfortable to stay in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think of 面南北北? Is that true?
That one really doesn't so. North-south facing houses.
That is the last time the emperor, China emperor, they must sit at that position.
I mean,
that's not true.
It really doesn't mean then we must as well the whole country just build all the houses based on their orientation. Not necessarily. It's not a rule of the thumb.
Okay, so what you guys are saying essentially is that when you look back at history and look at how all these sayings have transpired, feng shui is not a superstition as a lot of people say. It's a science.
Yes.
Or it's logic.
Why some people they link it to superstition or because it's religious? because of course in the earlier years, maybe geomancers are also like religious practice people, like Taoist priests, and they would use spiritual charms, into the whole thing. So, frankly, I mean, in modern days, I'm really just a geomancer, okay? I'm not a ghostbuster. I wouldn't know what to do if there's spirits in the house, okay? So it's really a science.
Okay.
So you try to use a scientific approach to let people understand. When people talk about sa qi, what is sa qi? It's actually penetrating forces. When you have a sharp object that's always pointing towards you, definitely you feel not comfortable because of the converging energies that converge at a point and hit towards you. Basically, it's that. Okay. And also, distance makes a difference. Even if it's really far away, it really doesn't affect you very much. But if it's very near, then you will feel it, you see.
Okay. How will you say then if people say this is just a psychological thing or it's a mere coincidence? It's nothing to do with Feng Shui.
No. Now, you see, if you can so-called experiment it yourself. If you look out of the window and you really have this sharp corner hitting at you, you find that it's very hard to concentrate. You always feel that, hey, you feel very uneasy. But if you could just use a blind or shield, to shield it off, and you feel that you're more at ease, you're more comfortable. So there is a force that's actually affecting you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dora, what do you think about the sharp edges?
Okay, I'm thinking that there's more to psychology. Yeah, psychology reason.
Okay.
Than
it's not
energy.
really
Yeah,
Feng Shui.
right. To me,
Okay.
Yeah.
But it is sha qi, right? As you said.
Yeah,
Okay.
they say sa qi.
If you are on an apartment living, okay, they'll ask me, what level should I choose? Is there a particular floor level, that is better qi than others? It's really not that. Why we shunt units on the same level as a highway or MRT track, is because logically speaking, when you're on the same level as this highway or MRT track, you are more prone to air and noise pollution. So people feel very agitated. Basically,
okay,
it's
that sounds like common sense.
It's not like what a cutting edge, people would suffer. Use a logical explanation to it.
Even a word of sa qi, is something that in Chinese, qi is the energy. It's a killing energy.
Yeah.
It's a bad energy.
Yes.
But it's not really that something like sa
No.
qi. Yeah,
So how do you think all these misconceptions came about? Obviously, they must have come from somewhere.
Yeah,
There's
because
a lot of old wives' tales sometimes.
Certain Feng Shui master, they are using religion as a solution. So people would think that that is superstition. Meaning they say, oh, you must pray certain god, or you must buy a crystal or kind of thing.
Yeah.
That will become very superstition.
See, because truly Feng Shui is practiced by many people throughout the world, regardless of your culture, your religion. Because Feng Shui has, in this line of business, it has brought me, worldwide. Okay, you will not believe what people really, what type of people apply Feng Shui also. I mean, it's not only just Chinese. A lot of non-Chinese, they believe in Feng Shui, and a lot of mega stores, fashion houses, they are owned by non-Chinese.
Exactly. Why do you think these foreigners are taking an interest in Feng Shui?
Because, you see, when they have done it, just like Dora, they know it makes a difference.
Yep.
Like as in a business, okay, in a restaurant, okay, any business, the cashier point is important, okay? In a restaurant, what is so important is the kitchen. Kitchen, the fire mouth stove is so important. Of course, the door. You must not forget the door. And in any premise, commercial, industrial premise, we would first identify where are the good locations first. Park people into it. Make offices out of it. Where are the lousy ones? Make it like store areas, servers, unimportant rooms. So that it's just like when you have a container of good qi, anybody goes in there would benefit from it, regardless whether what direction you're sitting. But if it's of a negative energy, then you must make sure you sit towards a particular direction to so-called counter that kind of negative energy.
To me, is say you're going to spend the investment on the business. You're going to spend on certain money on renovation and even interior
design.
designer fee or kind of thing. Why not just spend some money to get a good master, Feng Shui master to give you some advice? To me, that 宁可信其有,
you have a peace of mind,
right?
So you can move forward.
Believe, then don't believe, right?
All right. It's time for a break now. And when we come back, we'll talk more about young people taking out Feng Shui. So stay with us. We'll be right back.